Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. In 69th sloka, there was the first mokshasya hetuhu prathamo nigadyate vairagyam atyantam anitya vastushu. There it was told that first is vairagya. But in other texts, we have seen that Shamadhi Shatta Sampatti means Viveka Vairagya, Shamadama, etc. Then why Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji has skipped the first quality, Viveka? If unless and until a person is having enough Viveka, this sort of Vairagya never comes, or this sort of thinking will never come that I have to go to a guru. So Viveka is included. Clear? Now the thing is, Nyasa means Nyasaha Prasakta Akhila Karmanam Dhrisham. Nyasaha means Sanyasaha. So here another question may come that without sannyasa, moksha is not possible. Then you may ask a question within yourself that we are all grihasthas. Then are we wasting our time? If without sannyasa, liberation is not possible, then what we are doing? Here, sannyasa means karma tyaga. Now, in Gita, Shankar Bhashya, there is elaborate discussion. What is karma? Where there is money. What is work actually? Anything where there is kartritva bodha, karta bhava. If there is no karta bhava, then that is not karma. So here nyasa or sannyasa means you have to deduct, you have to eliminate your karta bhava. I am doing, I have done everything else. I have started this, that is why it is going on. That sort of bhav that I am doing इस भावनाओं का त्याग करना ही संन्यास है. If a sannyasi is in the ashram and each and every moment he thinks and he tells his students that see how I have erected this ashram, how I have renunciated all the world, how I am doing. If there is the glorification of that smaller I and the I related work, maybe he is in the ochre robe, but this is not sannyasa. Sannyasa means clear understanding that everything is happening. I am not doing anything else. I have not done anything else. Everything is happened by me. इस बोध का नाम संन्यास है. So first is in that bhavna, vairagya will come automatically. Because that person will start thinking that আমি এত হাঁপিয়ে যাচ্ছি, that I have to get these things, I have to become these things, or I have to acquire these things. When that bodha will come, that everything comes to me according to my karma and their karma. Everything will come. Nothing is giving me happiness. This sort of sukshma bhavna, if comes in our mind, then that dispassion for the worldly thing is natural. But that sukshmata is required. And this is against force. Because what is the natural force? This thing will give me sukham, that thing will give me sukham. That is called sthula. Like, see, in our body, if we consider that the main source of blood functions is heart only. It pumps. Why it pumps so intensely? Because it is working against the law of gravitation. Have you ever thought about it? That above the 3/4 of our body, the heart remains. You will find that it's very easy to work in the conducive force like madhyakarshan, gravitation. If you go down, all the veins and everything else, they're sthula, little thicker, because they are going downwards. But whenever the veins, everything has started going up against the gravitational force, it is becoming sukshma. That is why the upper portion, veins and everything else, are there very sukshma. If you see in the brain, it's so thin. And there, less materialistic things is enough to work the main function, because our body will function or not. There is a mosquito bite, whether I will beat it or not, that signal comes from here, where the less blood circulation happens. For that, see, our ancestrals, when science and scientific revolutions was very less, then our ancestors told that don't sleep towards the north direction. Why? There is a big magnetic field in the North Pole, and we are in the northern hemisphere. Suppose if anyone is suffering from anemia, suppose, so what the doctor will prescribe? Doctor will prescribe iron tonic or iron capsule. It means iron is a very essential factor in your blood. So just think, if a very powerful magnet, if we put here, certainly the blood will start flowing upwards. Now you can say how, yes, that we can understand because the magnet is very powerful. But what about the northern hemisphere, the North Pole, how effective it is, how it is strengthened, strong? You should know our Indian continent is getting reduced every year almost more than 1.3 centimeters. Do you know that? ভারতের আয়তন কমছে কেন? না, there is a so much magnetic attraction from the North Pole. সেই ভূমি এমনি করে স্তূপাকৃতি হচ্ছে, প্লেটে প্লেটে ধাক্কা লেগে it is getting stupa. That is why each and every year হিমালয়ের উচ্চতা বাড়ছে. This is so powerful. So what the main point is, that is why we should not sleep towards the northern direction. Then our blood circulation will be disturbed, our sleep will be disturbed, and so many other ailments will be starting. Coming to the main point, that sukshmata, whenever it goes against the natural flow, the subtlety becomes. Likewise, our natural flow of mind is desire prompted. Whenever we will start fighting against our desire, our every vritti becomes very subtle. Clear? And with that subtle intellect, dispassion is very natural. So we have to inculcate, increase subtlety in our intellect. Clear? The thing is, as long as we are content in the indriya bhoga vishaya, then all, till then the desire for liberation will not be tibra. যতক্ষণ ইন্দ্রিয় ভোগের বাসনা থাকবে ততক্ষণ মুক্তি লাভের বাসনা তীব্র হবে না। Like animal are happy, verily happy, if they get time to time food. They don't want anything else. Only time to time food makes them happy. That is the animalistic nature. But human beings are not happy with only food. So it needs some mental food also. And see, the food, যেমন the higher class of the society who are never hungry, but they are always hungry. They are not hungry, but they are always hungry. So the thing is, they feel one shunyata, one emptiness, एक अभाव बोध लोगों को पल पल में खा जाता है। जितना दिन जाए उतना ही शून्यता, उतना ही एकाकित्व बढ़ता है। Then how that purnata will come, completeness will come through the Atma Jnana. Only through the self-knowledge that emptiness of mind can go, can be removed totally. Now, when Chetana, our consciousness, will be upwards, urdhamukhi, then the lower tendency of our mind will fall apart automatically. This is called Vairagya. You no need to forcefully sacrifice everything else. Whenever your consciousness will flow upward, whenever your consciousness will be engaged in higher matter, subtle matter, the lower stratum will be fall apart, and it is natural. তাই জন্য বলছে ঈশ্বরে অনুরাগ, বিষয়ে বিতরাগ। বলেনি কিন্তু বিষয়ে বিতরাগ, ঈশ্বরে অনুরাগ। ঈশ্বরে অনুরাগ বাড়লে বিষয়ের প্রতি বৈরাগ্য বাড়ে। ক্লিয়ার? ঈশ্বরে অনুরাগ এলে বিষয়ে বিতরাগ বাড়ে। এখন in 70 number sloka, it told the golden rule of Vedanta. The tataha srutihi. First word is the golden word of Vedanta. Tataha srutihi. Thereafter, we should do sravanam. Means, till now, whatever I have told, if we follow in our life, then only we are eligible for sravanam. Then only we are eligible for sravanam. And Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is telling tataha srutihi tan mananam satatvam dhyanam, means इसके बाद मुनि का कर्तव्य है श्रवण मनन और सत्य का सुदीर्घ निरंतर ध्यान. You know, when I started reading some spiritual book like Vachanamrit, my entire life changed. Entire life changed in few pages. So whenever the gunpowder will be totally dried, one spark is enough to burn the whole thing. বারুদ যদি থাকে ভিজে, ঘষলে কাঠি জ্বলবে না যে। মনের বারুদকে তীব্র আকার ধারণ করাতে হবে। তখনই এক একটা শব্দ এক একটা উপনিষদের মতো। তখন বেদান্ত শাস্ত্র যারা প্রথম পড়তে আসে, their target is how many books we have covered, how many texts we have. Till today we got some Swamiji vivekachudamani तो 5 बार हो गया हम लोग का। विश्वास कीजिए, कल रात को ही फोन आया, ये टेक्स्ट इतने बार बार हो गया। So how many texts, how many time we have read, that counting will go. Then we will start thinking upon it, then new meaning will come. Then satsanga is the big factor, not how many slokas we have covered, because all the slokas are saying the same thing. But how much extract we can do from one sloka by our own viveka vairagya, that is the main thing. Like one book, if you study 10 times, I'm sure even in the 10th time also, you will find some new thing if there is a subtlety of your intellect. So this is the factor, যে মনকে কতটা সূক্ষ্ম লেভেলে নিয়ে যাওয়া যায়, how subtle you can make your mind and intellect through this discussion. Here sloka is secondary, chintana and chintana paddhati is the primary thing, that how we will start thinking about the sloka. Apart from translation of all those Sanskrit, there are many more things which is untold. How to light upon the slokas, that we have to inculcate. Because here, when we started, this brahmachari or swami has started teaching, who is teaching the persons who are in Vedanta or Vedantic texts for a long time. So what new can be there? The new can be there, the vichara paddhati. How the whole day I will think upon it. How my day-to-day life will be lighted through these Vedantic texts. Because this is not the bhakti text, that there will be some stories, some kathas, Mother Lakshmi is pressing legs, oh ho 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 ho, and tears are coming down. This is the hardcore analysis on the basis of our day-to-day life, day-to-day thinking process. Because our thinking process only guide our life, how we will react, how we will talk. That muni means mananat muni, mananshilata. Whenever a person will be too much mananashila, his or her talkativeness will be lesser. As much as a person will start thinking deeper and deeper and deeper, that person's external expressions will be lesser. It's not that I will not talk. This is not the factor. Because if not talking is the ultimate solution, then all the dumb fellow, they are muni. This is not the thing. We have to talk as much as it is required. Because Swami Vivekananda, our Pujya Gurudev, our Guruji, our Pujya Swamiji, and all other acharyas, irrespective of the color of the clothes, they are teaching. They have to teach. This is expression of it. But expression will be the extract of your mananam. How you are thinking, how your meditation is going on, your words will tell everything. Clear? So that is why, because here, Chiram Nitya Niranjanam Munehe. Here, the Acharya has directly invoked that student as Muni. The same Acharya just few slokas back telling, oh foolish fellow, Murkho, Nirbodh, all such things. And now he is telling him, Mune, Muni. How? Because the Shishya, the disciple, have started thinking about the subtle thing. Clear? In Manusmriti, Chhatwa Adhyay mein 46 sloka is there. There is Satyam Putam Vadid Vacham Manah Putam Samacharit. सत्य के द्वारा अल्प बात करने के लिए बोल रहा है. सत्येर द्वारा मार्जित कथा बोलो. And live your life accordingly. Means you talk that much which will help you to find the truth. তার কথাই কথা, বাকি সব কথা ব্যথা. তাকে জানার নাম জ্ঞান, বাকি সব অজ্ঞান. That both will come. So whatever the talk in a whole day, you can do a self introspection at night. That today in whole day, to whom I have mingled, what kind of talk I have talked. Was it really helpful for me to find out the truth? That self introspection is required. Then only you can rectify yourself. Because you have to do competition. If there is no competition, then how the winner will be chosen? So you have to compete always. To whom? To yourself. You have to complete your lower stratum. And there only comparison. In our life, for growth, comparison is required. But not with Mr. Ram and Mr. Shyam. Comparison between my yesterday and my today. How I was and how I am. How my thought process, thinking process has been transformed. That self-introspection, self-comparison, self-competition is required. With ourselves, not with others, that he has purchased one car, I have to purchase two cars. He is having one fridge, we need two big fridges. Not that physical thing. The competition is required within, in our thinking process. That how I used to think about the people yesterday. After the class, after Sravanam, how I am thinking about others. That thought process, that self-comparison and competition is required. In Jalaluddin Rumi, you have heard the name Jalaluddin Rumi. Have you heard? A Sufi saint. He told, within everyone, one Ishvara lives. He quoted in different way. He was a Muslim, but he quoted, in each and everyone's heart, there one Jesus Christ live. You can crucify him, or you can help him to resurrect. Resurrection of Jesus Christ means resurrection of the ideologies, which was crucified within. সত্য তো আছে, আমাদের কিছু করার নেই, মনের ময়লা পড়েছে। যেরকম কবরস্থানে, when in a graveyard, the things are covered with the mud. Suppose Jesus Christ, the Satyam, the truth, the ideology. What is required? We have to remove that mud only. Then automatically the hidden truth inside will be resurrected. Our job is only to remove the mud with the proper thinking process. Yesterday, one person came. He is an educationist. So about the governance process and all, কিভাবে বাচ্চাদের মানুষ করা হবে, all those things. So I was just expressing one thing. It's a funny thing, but hardcore truth. Today there is a very new rules are applied in the school, college, even in the Western society. Parents have no right to scold or physical punishment for the students or their own children. I was telling যে আজকে শত শত কথা বলেও যেটা বোঝানো যাচ্ছে না, একটা চর যেন অনেক কথার কম্পাইলেশন, কত কথা এত সহজে বুঝে নেওয়া যেত। So you have to slap yourself. Direct hit to yourself, not physically. We are in a subtle level of our thinking process. There the physical, sthula chinta, sthula activities are far apart. Now we are in the very subtle level of our mind and thinking process. So our every action, our scolding, punishing, all procedure will be subtle. Ihaiva, one word. Why? Because I try to guide you how to enjoy the sukshma rasa. In 70 number sloka, the last line, ihaiva nirvana sukham samrichhati. That is the beauty of Vedanta. That is the beauty of all our Upanishad and Gita Shastra. Whatever you will get, even the heavenly pleasure, here in this world, in this very human life, don't be fanatic by your old thinking process that once I will die and there will be Swarga Sukham. Nobody knows what happens. Nobody knows. You have to gain, acquire Atma Jnanam over here. You have to enjoy the Atma Sukham, that which is depicted as Swarga Sukham in this very life, in this very human form, in this very world. So strive today if you don't started yet. That is the main theme of this sloka. In entire 70 number slokas, the gist is ihaiva. And that was started with the golden word tataha srutihi. Without Sravanam, it is not possible. Day to day, every day, uninterrupted Sravanam is required. Then only Mananam, and through correct Sravanam and Mananam, when we apply it in work, that is another meaning of Nididhyasanam. Mananam means correct understanding of our own thinking process based on the Sravanam, on the light of Sruti. When we start acting, that is Nididhyasanam only. What about our Gurudev done? That entire work, it was Nididhyasanam. It was not work. Clear? Yad bodh, now 71, yad bodhavyam tavedanim atma anatma vivechanam tad uchyate maya samyak srutva atmani avadharaya. This is the 71 sloka. Yad bodhavyam. Yat. So we will break the sloka in that way. Yat means that jo atma anatma vivechanam, মানে tava bodhavyam, তাহলে তোমার মানে your first duty means after doing all those things, your first duty is vivechanam, vichar, discrimination of atma and anatma, truth and untruth. real and false, permanent and temporary. That vivechanam is required. Idanim tat maya uchyate. I will help you. It's not that you have to do chintanam or like that. I will help you. I will teach you how to think. Because, if you go to a very big restaurant, a lot of dishes are there, all the names also everybody doesn't know. Who are frequent restaurant goers, they know at least 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, but the 10%, the peculiar name, they also don't know. What is that? Then when they order, they see it has come in a peculiar manner. See, eating is nothing, you take and eat. But who are the sukshma, the subtle eater, they ask the waiter, that call the cook. Now, in big restaurant, not in our old traditional Kolkata-based restaurant, when waiter will come, and you have never thought that I will call the cook. Nowadays, the big restaurants, if you have any question, you can call the cook, and cook will totally elaborate you how he has cooked, what is the food value, and not only that, how to eat that dish to get the ultimate delicacy. So Guru is not only catering the truth and all those things. Guru will help you how to think, how to relish the truth, how to be dispassionate. When at the time of thinking process, when you will be stuck, how to get rid of it. That is the job of a guru. So, idanim tat maya uchyate samyak shrutva and atmani avadharaya. Listen to me. See, you are few people. Just one word made you conscious or not. Listen to me. So, see the teaching process of Guru even in the text format. That Guru is telling, and in between, hey, pay attention, please. Look at me. Listen carefully. Pay attention. These words, give the extra things to be more attentive into the class or into the teaching. See the teaching process also. Sometimes teacher comes and 45 minutes, they just fire. Never care whether students understood or not. This is not the teaching process, because some student will sleep, some student will do something else, some students will see the birds and skies and all other things. How to catch their mind? Some great orator, when they speak, not in that Vyas speed, because if you see Swami Vivekananda, very less talk he has given standing in the rostrum. Do you know how Swamiji used to give the lecture? Not in the Vedantic lecture. other motivational lecture, he used to do walking. And in the YouTube or internet, you will find a lot of speakers are there who walks. You will see their hand movement to catch the attention of the students. Because unless and until the students are attentive, they will not listen properly. They will half listen. And half listening is very dangerous. You know, the maybe Father Dominic or something in St. Xavier's College, maybe, or school. The Archbishop was telling me one story that one day, one guardian, mother of a big shot, maybe the wife of the police commissioner or something, came and directly told that how to complain against the teacher. Who is the teacher? Because in that missionary school, there is a mandatory class for Catholic and other class for Protestant and other religion, Hindu, Muslim, Sikhs, and Protestant. They are in one queue. So in that spiritual class of Catholic Christians, and it is taken by the sannyasis, the monks. So that guardian wanted to complain against that monk. Oh, this is the story of a school. One class 7 student started telling that our teacher told, what you will do by studying all those things? Just make a love with or marry a very rich person's daughter, then there will be conflict. They will not allow you or something else. Then after 1 year, if you get baby, then all the problems will be solved. বাবা মা মেনে নেবে ইত্যাদি ইত্যাদি। ক্লাস 7 এর ছেলের মুখে এইসব কথা শুনে বাবা মা তো হরিফাইড যে স্কুলে শেখাচ্ছে কি? সে বেমালুম বলে দিয়েছে যে আমাদের ফাদার অমুক শিখিয়েছেন। Mother came to launch a complaint against that monk. Then after having a long inquiry with the students, that father told a very nice story, which was related to a Hindi movie. What father even not taken the name of that movie, only told nowadays movies are going on based on that. And that boy watched that movie, and what father has not told, he just exactly narrated the story to his parents in the name of father. Because he, whenever he was listening, his mind went somewhere else, and the essence of the teachings he lost, misunderstood, and he made others to misunderstand. So that is why, see the technique, that here also samyak shrutva, it is verily required. Whenever you will, why I tell you every time that when you will be in the class, that is why I have reduced the class time also. Because in 1 hour online class is very difficult. People are video off. Someone is talking to their maids, someone is bringing coffee. I know that. You also know that when you are at home. I'm not talking about everyone else. Every day, and I am to tell, Amma, please mute your things or pay attention. Unless and until our Sravanam is clear, Mananam will not be there. Sravanam is our Mukhya Sadhana. From tomorrow, teacher will start answering the fifth question of the student. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.